Hi, thank you for joining in. I hope you've had opportunity to visit my Instagram and check out the Bible quiz. At the end of the week, there will be an Amazon gift card giveaway for the winner of that contest, so be sure to check it out. All right, my video for this evening is called Thanksgiving Used to Be My Favorite Holiday. And Thanksgiving, I love it because really it's the food. My mother makes like the best dressing ever, and I love cooking with my family, and I love everyone coming over and friends, and we just have a great time. And I even like it better than Christmas because at Christmas, a lot of times people are expecting gifts, and the stress and the financial pressure of buying gifts for people that they don't even want. I don't really like that. So that's why I prefer Thanksgiving. And so up until recently, maybe a few years ago, Thanksgiving really was my favorite holiday. Then I found out about God's Thanksgiving. And he set in his word an event called Tabernacles. And Tabernacles is very much like Thanksgiving. It occurs in the fall. And for Tabernacles, you eat food. The Bible says that you are to eat the sweet and the fat, and you are to give portions to the poor. So you share with other people who don't have, and you bring an offering to God to show your thankfulness for how he has blessed you. And this is what Tabernacles is about. And so I would rather celebrate Tabernacles than celebrate Thanksgiving. Now you might say, well, why couldn't you just be thankful all the time? And I do think we should be thankful all the time. But we should not allow national holidays to interfere with celebrating the appointed times. When Thanksgiving was established, I don't believe the originators were thinking like, oh, let's make a holiday to compete with God's holiday. I don't believe they were thinking that. But I do believe that the enemy could have played part in that. And the reason I say that is because there was a king called Jeroboam. And you can find this story in 1 Kings chapter 12 and verse 32. And Jeroboam established a celebration 1 month after Tabernacles. And he did this specifically in order to keep people from turning back to the house of David. Now, in our day and time, that would mean to keep people from serving Yeshua, because Yeshua is the descendant of the house of David. And the enemy would love to keep our attention or our commitment from being fully given to God. And so by creating a festival that competes with God's festival, that challenges our commitment and our loyalty to God. Now, I know that it's not intentional in our hearts to be disloyal to God because a lot of people don't even know about tabernacles. But as I said, the enemy is working in the background. And so as we learn and we know about what God expects, we need to turn our heart towards him and commit ourselves to his commandments and to his appointed times. And the festival that he has established for Thanksgiving is Tabernacles. We can't be like the religious leaders of the Lord's day. And he said they keep the commandments of men and disregard the commandments of God. And so we make this big to-do about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other national holidays and days of celebration. And we forget about, or we're ignorant of, the festivals of the Lord. And we can't do that. And like I said, a lot of us may be ignorant, and that's one thing. But once we begin to know about God's appointed times, we need to prioritize those so we don't fall into the categories of like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. We're aware of their leaven, or we're aware of their teaching. And so we're aware, that we're not allowing the celebrations of man to substitute for the commandments of God. So in conclusion, it's always good to be thankful, but especially when God establishes an occasion or an event to do so. Yes, Thanksgiving is still great, but Tabernacles is better. Be sure to prepare to celebrate for it next fall. May Jehovah be with you.